بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد وعن سعيد المقبوري عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه أنه مر بقوم بين أيديهم شاة مصلية فدعوه فأبى أن يأكل وقال خرج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من الدنيا ولم يشبع من خبز الشعير رواه البخاري. Sa'id al-Maqburi narrating this incident, it happened with Sayyiduna Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is passing by some people, and in front of them the whole barbecued goat, they fill in and they roast it. That's how that whole roasted barbecued goat they are enjoying eating. So they call Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu to join in. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu refused from eating. He didn't accept their call, their invitation. He refused, saying that my Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam left this dunya and his condition was such that he was never ever such that he ate to his fill by the bread of barley. Hadith Sharif is being narrated by Bukhari Sharif. Whole roasted goat, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he is passing by. People are enjoying, they are eating. And when they saw Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, they called him to join in, to eat, to share with them. So he said, no, I'm not going to join in. And why he is not joining in, he remembers. And that is what he shared. That my Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam left this world and he did not enjoy to his fill, not even from the bread of barley. Bread of barley is lower compared to the bread of wheat. He did not enjoy to his fill until he passed away. How am I going to, some time ago we were talking, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us so much of ilm that any walk of life we are going through, and similar incident from the life of Nabi Sallallahu, Allah reminds us. How they were king. And at the battlefield, an opponent is losing. An enemy of Islam. And king is Muslim. And they are losing. While losing, the king from the opponent side made mashwara to his mum. Mum said that your opponent is a true Muslim. You narrate all your circumstances, that I am about to lose the war against you. My supplies ran out. And to keep it up, I cannot compete with you. Give me mashwara, if it was you facing same circumstances, what would you do? So he immediately remembered Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised Quraysh that let us come to a treaty. No war treaty. Peace treaty. reconciliation treaty. So he said, okay, we will come to an agreement that, okay, we're breaking the war now, we're having treaty, peace treaty. But if I have to ask you that how much time will you give to prepare? Again, he will be preparing against him. He said, how much time will you give it to me? He said, no, you apply for the treaty, and when you will ask time from me, I'll give you 10 years, because that's what my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did. Intelligence services are looking for a man. Same man who is on a war against them. And he goes into the hiding. And he comes out after 3 days. He said, no, I cannot hide more than 3 days, because my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam stayed 3 days into the cave of Thor when he was migrating from Makkah Mukarramah to Medina Munawwara. Examples like that, we can go on and on and on. Remember, this is a food story. Food story. That whole roasted goat is in front of them. Yeah, I was looking for you. Whole roasted goat was in front of them. I was looking for you. Because some good subject I wanted to talk, and you want to have audience, mashallah. So I don't know what, yeah, food. We shared Hadith Sharif, Abu Hurairah Bukhari Sharif. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala is passing by, and whole roasted goat is in front of him, in front of some people. They are eating, and they invited Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala to join in. He said, no, I am not going to join in, because my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never enjoyed to his fill from the bread of barley. That is the Hadith Sharif. Abu Hurairah, now in a good time after Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but never forgot Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May Allah make us such. Whether we are healthy, whether we are ill, whether we are victorious, whether we are loser, whether we are winner, whether we are wealthy, whether we are not wealthy, Allah remind us some similar stage from the life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and that is what we follow. Bilal, if you can stay for a few minutes, because I wanted to say, I shared two incidents quickly. I will repeat again that one of the king war against one of the biggest enemy of Islam. And that enemy ran out of the supplies and cannot maintain that war to go on. So he made mashwara to his mom, that what should I do? He said, no, you make mashwara with your opponent, because he is a true Muslim. Although he is at war against you, but he will give you correct mashwara. So when he made mashwara, he said, do treaty of no war and ask for some time. So he said, okay, if I apply for the treaty of war and I ask for some time, what will you do? He said, because I'm advising you for the treaty of war, that is what my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam advised, Sulhul Hudaybiyah, treaty of Hudaybiyah. And if you ask me for time, I will give you 10 years, because my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave 10 years. Another person, intelligence services are looking for him. And because he is the enemy of these people whose intelligence services are. And he's on a run, he's on hiding. And he came out after 3 days saying that my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came out from the cave of Thor, that's why I cannot hide more than that. What I was saying, that how connected they were with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Centuries later, but they did not forget Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Abu Hurairah did not forget him. That is what we were coming to, that Hazrat Sheikh Zakaria Rahmatullah Alayhi, when they sat down onto the table spread and they asked that, is it sunnah to start with sweet or it is sunnah to end with sweet? He said, no, it is sunnah to have faqa, thought of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, thinking of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Why I was saying, few days ago there was an ilmi majlis in Masjid Imdadiya, and I made mashwara to one of our elder, Hazrat Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Talha Sahab Damat Barakatuh said, I feel like because they have the poster, contemporary challenges or modern challenges. That is what they were going to discuss. So I was saying that I felt like talking artificial intelligence, either it is being captured by the people who are expert of Quran and Sunnah, or artificial intelligence captures the people of Quran and Sunnah and abuses them. One of the two. This subject. We didn't, because that Maulana said, no, don't talk about it. So we didn't talk about it. What I'm trying to say that today is Jummah. Before we go into such deep subject, oh Allah, give us correct ilm of Quran and Sunnah. Then only you can talk. If you are equipped with Quran and Sunnah, then you can talk onto any subject. Artificial intelligence is mesmerizing whole world. But people who are well versed of Quran and Sunnah, artificial intelligence will become their slave. Wallahi. It will become their slave. They will not become slave of artificial intelligence. Majority, now you can go. Majority of the population, they have fallen prey to artificial intelligence. We are being enslaved by it. And as that Maulana Muhammad Talha who came, he was saying rightfully that nowadays, if you look at it, artificial intelligence is in total command of Dajjalic power. And he was right. But you know what I'm greedy of? Oh Allah, give us such ilm, that we are into the 2022, whether we go into the 2522, oh Allah, keep people of Quran and Sunnah such that they address the challenging time by the confidence of Quran and Sunnah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us like that and make our progeny like that. Because we don't have to be afraid of anything. As long as you are connected to Quran and Sunnah. We will be afraid when our connection will become weak, and that is happening. Our connection to Quran and Sunnah is becoming weak. Oh Allah, as a Friday is begging, remove that weakness and bring the strength of Quran and Sunnah back into our family, into our progeny, into our masajid, into our ulama, into the students. Otherwise, ulama are also becoming slave of artificial intelligence. Their day and night is drowned in it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. So I was saying that look, I didn't mention the name, now I will mention the name. Look how they were connected to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Here Abu Huraira being invited to the whole roasted goat. If I was invited, I would have joined in and enjoyed. Because, that consciousness of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that connection of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it's now, now just for an acting, if we will act like that, it will have no impact. This is being remembered for 14 centuries. Because this action of Abu Huraira based on ikhlas, based on his connection with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Instantly Allah reminded him of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We are more actors than the factors. May Allah protect us. We act more than we have, faculties. We are more acting. We are all are actors. Wallahi, I'm just saying about myself. Whatever you think about me, all acting. Wallahi, all acting. Nothing reality. That is our case. That is why Allah's help is not coming. Because Allah is saying that when you will leave acting and when you will become real, that's when you will see how I will treat you. We all are acting. So I was saying that how connected they were. Abu Huraira immediately thought of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It was Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, he was the king of the whole subcontinent. And you know what is the subcontinent means? India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, all these countries were included. And he was running that greater India. And he had that war against that biggest Hindu of his time, Shivaji Maharaj, they were at war. And Shivaji was struggling now. Can't fight against Aurangzeb. Can't fight. So he said what to do. His mum advised him that make mashwara with Aurangzeb. You come to me for mashwara and I come to you for mashwara. Are we sincere today? Do we have ikhlas? Will we wish for everybody what I wish for myself? No. And if I don't do that, I am not a Muslim. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. Nabi Sassam said that you are not believer until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. Oh Allah, as Juma is begging, make us like that. Imagine Aurangzeb into the battlefield. They are fighting for life and death. And Shivaji is being advised by the Imam that make mashwara with Aurangzeb. When he made mashwara, he said, request for treaty. We'll go ahead with it. He said, okay, I request for treaties. How much time will you give it to me? He said, I'll give you 10 years. And you know what is happening in India too? Muslims, they don't know Islam. How much they know Jawaharlal Nehru and Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi and Modi and so on. They don't know Abu Bakr that much. They don't know Umar that much. They don't know Usman that much. They don't know Ali that much. They don't know Muhammadur Rasulullah that much. When we will become real Muslims, then the help and aid came into the battle of Badr, same help will come. Don't blame nobody, blame yourself. Look at this Muslim, Aurangzeb. When he applied, he said, okay, we'll go for treaty. I will end here, inshallah. We'll go for treaty. He said, how much time will you give? He said, I'll give you 10 years. Because my Nabi Sassam made treaty, Sulhul Hudaybiyah. And he gave 10 years to Quraysh. They broke the treaty. Nabi Sassam didn't break. Nabi Sassam didn't break. He said, what he did, I will do that. And Maulana Muhammad Qasim Nanotwi, who is the founder of Darul Deoband, whose grandson was visiting Masjid Imdadiya, great grandson. Maulana Muhammad Qasim Nanotwi, he is against war against British Empire. Today we are shaking in front of the British Empire, and British Empire was shaking against him. Because they were real Muslims, and we are fake Muslims. We act more than we have facts. So he was on run and he was on hiding, and he came out after 3 days. He said, my Nabi Sassam came out after 3 days from the cave of Thor. I don't think it is right for me to hide for more than 3 days. When they were connected with Nabi Sassam, then they came out with such actions which will be memorable till the day of Qiyamah. And they were so clever. Once he was passing by, and that person from the intelligence services, from the authority, they were looking for him, to catch him. So they asked, have you seen Muhammad Qasim? So Maulana Muhammad Qasim moved from here, where he was standing. He moved from here to there. And he said, he was just here. He is not lying. And he is coming out with such trick that when you want to be safe for the sake of Allah, Allah will teach you tricks. Now Muslims are doing tricks to harm Islam and Muslims. That is our crying. He came, he went there and he said, he was just here. And that fellow, that authority person, went somewhere else to look for him. And that gave him enough time. Like Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala who was asked when they are into the migration from Makkah Mukarramah to Madinah Munawwara. And enemy, some person, maybe the whole world is looking for now Nabi Sassam, because announcement was made that capture Nabi Sassam, Na'udhu Billah. So, and they are going hidingly, secretly. They have escaped from Makkah Mukarramah to go to Madinah Munawwara. And that person asked Hazrat Abu Bakr radiyallahu, who is he? So he said, our Dilleel, our Hadi, our guide. So that fellow thought that he is the guide of tour. That fellow thought that he is a guide of tour. And Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala said, yes, he is our guide to Jannat. We are very clever for pounds. We are not clever for Allah and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are very clever to put you down, but we are never clever to put shaitan down. We are all cowards. We all are cowards. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us courage. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us iman and wisdom. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. يا أول الأولين يا آخر الآخرين يا راحم المساكين يا ذا القوة المتين يا ذا المن فلا يمن عليه يا ذا الطول يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لا إله إلا أنت زهر اللاجئين وجار المستجيدين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تخطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندام ولا مفتونين اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا توفنا مسلما وألحقنا بالصالحين اللهم علمنا الكتاب والتأويل اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم اجعلنا علماء فقهاء اللهم اجعلنا من الراسخين في العلم اللهم اجعلنا من التوابين واجعلنا من المتطهرين المتطهرين واجعلنا من عبادك المخلصين المخلصين واجعلنا من الذين لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا توفنا مسلما وألحقنا بالصالحين اللهم ثبتنا على الإيمان وامتنا على الإيمان واهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب القبر وعذاب الآخرة اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته. I took more time. May Allah extend your time for ibadat, for His muhabbat, for His marifat, for deen and Allah's nearness and